You're watching Picks on Politics with Dan Manarino.
And welcome back to Picks on Politics, everybody. So a change-up in New York City's elections. Assemblywoman Jenifer Rajkumar dropping out of the controller's race, announcing now her campaign for public advocate. Now, this means that current public advocate Jumaane Williams will face a challenge in this year's primary. It's a two-person race for now, and Assemblywoman Rajkumar is here to talk about her decision change. And thank you for being here back on Picks on Politics. Good to see you.
Always good to see you.
So let's begin with the obvious and the question of why, right? And what changed from the controller's race to public advocate?
Well, I'm not dropping out. I'm stepping up for the city that I love. And that's why I'm now running for public advocate of the city of New York, a position that is second in line to the mayor. And I'm doing this because our city is in crisis right now. There has been nightmarish violence on the subways. There's an affordability crisis that is costing lives. People have lost confidence in our government. And I'm ready to bring fresh leadership to our city. And additionally, our Democratic Party has suffered huge losses. The party is out of touch with working people, and it needs to be re-energized. And that's why I'm here running as public advocate for the city of New York.
So I guess I hear you on that, right? But last time you were here, I did ask you why specifically you chose controller at this point in time. You gave me very specific reasons, right? You said inefficiency hurting people, healthcare was an issue, budget, and you said you were ready for the moment to take on that office. It sounded like that was the job you wanted, and the issues you present now are not necessarily new. So I guess why should someone trust that public advocate is the job for you when you were so gung-ho about comptroller?
Well, first of all, I'm good at many jobs. I'm an accomplished civil rights attorney. I've built incredible programs as a director of immigration affairs for New York State. So there's a limitless number of things that I can do. But also, we had that beautiful conversation in August. Yep. And now it is January. And a lot has changed. The Democratic Party has suffered big losses and needs to get back in touch with working people. We have had incredible violence in the city and a mental health crisis spiraling out of control. So I am stepping up at this critical moment to lead in this city. And public advocate is a bigger and broader platform that will allow me to do that.
You put out an op-ed when you announced the day of your candidacy in city and state. You said, quote, "It is time to take our city back from the extremists and the incompetents," end quote. So what did you mean by that? And who specifically are you saying is incompetent?
Well, I'm running against the current public advocate, Jumaane Williams, who is an extremist. He is a self-proclaimed democratic socialist who has said we need to defund the police at a time when New Yorkers are so concerned about their public safety. So he's very out of touch. And this kind of extremism is what our party does not need. We need to get back in touch with common sense and with working people. And that kind of extremity is what I'm fighting against in this race.
Is he incompetent? Is he incompetent?
Yes, as well as incompetent. There are reports that if you go to his office, there's 59 staff members that are supposed to be there, but you'll only see 5. People cannot get through to the office. We don't need this. We need people that work 24/7, and that is what I bring to the table. So yes, we need to get rid of the incompetence and the extremism.
You did also talk about Jumaane Williams focusing on publicity stunts, public relations arrests, slogans that have not delivered results, right? But he did win re-election. So can you explain that statement and why you don't think he's actually delivering for New Yorkers?
Yes, he focuses on publicity arrests, but getting arrested and then having the taxpayers bail you out of prison, that's not helping us. What we need to do is build collaborations across government, and that's what I do. I was able to build collaborations across government to do the impossible. I passed the Smoke Out Act to close all the illegal smoke shops in our city that have been endangering our children. And I drove home impossible legislative wins, like making Diwali a school holiday finally in the city of New York. And I did this by building collaborations across government. It is not enough, as Jumaane does, to just throw stones and to make noise. We need leaders that actually get results and take action.
I think the public advocate job is an interesting one, right? Because you're really a watchdog not only for the city, but you are a watchdog over the mayor as well. And given the way things are right now, right? We have a mayor under investigation. He's facing an indictment, questions about his future. I guess if you're running for this office and you would be the watchdog for the mayor, should he, Mayor Adams that is, seek his second term with everything that's going on right now?
Well, that is his decision. But I'm focused on being the best public advocate that I can be, and I'm ready for this. I was made for this. My whole career has led me to this point to help the city that I love.
But you'd have to watch over the mayor, right? So if you were the public advocate right now, would you want him to seek a second term given everything that's swirling around him?
Look, no matter who the mayor is, I'm going to do my job, which is to make this the best city that it can be, to make sure that all children can read in our schools, because currently 70% of Black and Latino kids are not reading proficient. I'm going to make sure that the 9,000 repeat offenders in this city that commit most of the crimes, I'm going to make sure I focus on this population and make targeted interventions to bring down and end crime in this city. These are the issues that I'm focused on. It doesn't matter who the mayor is. I'm going to make sure that we get results.
I was going to ask you what your top priorities are, but you just kind of laid them out right there, right? But you would be next in line, which is very interesting for the public advocate, right? If the mayor were to resign, which is a possibility, and next year, if he were to win re-election, you would be public advocate. Are you ready for the moment that you would become mayor if you won?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm the daughter of hardworking immigrants, and my career is marked by grit and determination. I went to Stanford Law School, became a civil rights lawyer, have fought for people my whole life. I was the director of immigration for this state, protecting vulnerable people nationally across the country in my career. And so I'm ready for this moment. You know, I've taught also at CUNY in the Bronx, helping to sculpt the future. And so I am ready to meet this moment with the urgency that is required of a leader.
Is the mayor a job you want one day?
Right now, I'm just focused on public advocate, and I want to be the best public advocate that our city has ever seen.
I saw a bit of a hesitation there, but it's okay. We'll leave it there. Assemblywoman Rajkumar, appreciate you coming back to explain the change-up and coming back during the campaign, okay?
Sounds good.
Great to see you. And congestion pricing, everybody expected to bring in a big boost of cash to the MTA, but there's questions about how efficient the agency actually handles the money that it already has. Our Henry Rossoff with that big story coming your way next.